Hi there. Thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Dee Dee Rapp, and hey, take a deep breath, right? It is almost Thanksgiving 2020. This has been quite the year. I saw recently some Christmas ornaments that described this year. And some of the lines, it was a small ornament, but it was covered with all these lines that applied to this year, like wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, toilet paper shortage, all the things that were really part of our world this year. And it's so easy to see those things and go, yeah, this year sucked. And in many ways, this year did suck. We've lost loved ones. We've lost our normal way of life. That can be really hard. And what I have known now for 30 years is that this is another holiday season without my mom. This is the 30th anniversary of my mother's death in just a few weeks. So I have known that holiday without mom for a long time. This is one of those different holidays. We have it without our moms. We have it without other people we've lost this year. We have it without being able to do what we normally do. 2020 is a hard year in so many ways. On that Christmas ornament, I think about all the people that I would normally, during the course of a year, have a cup of coffee with, or have a glass of wine with, or just connect with in person. Wow, that's really been limited. So we have losses piling up on top of losses. That makes this Thanksgiving one that I just had to share some thoughts with you about. How do you deal with that? How do you be okay with all of those losses? One of the things I've learned in life is that loss really piles up. It kind of collects and gathers and crawls up the wall, and eventually can become mold if you don't deal with it. So much negativity this year between the election. I am tired of the election. I'm tired of wearing a mask, and yet we have to wear a mask, and lots of stuff that we need to do. During the course of dealing with loss, we have a holiday about gratitude. How ironic is that? And I think one of the things that helps me deal with loss, that allowed me to heal from losing my mom, was all the memories that I found when I wrote her a series of letters that became the book Dear Mom. I grew up, counting my blessings like mom taught me to, but I didn't really understand the power of gratitude to change my life until I wrote Dear Mom. And even then, that wasn't a conscious effort. I wrote letters to connect with mom that gave me a chance to say goodbye to her. When I reread those letters, I realized they were like one big thank you card to mom for everything that she had done for me. So in the course of loss, I know the power of memories to help us heal by remembering and celebrating, giving thanks for those memories. So what I want to do tonight is talk about some of those Thanksgiving memories with your mom or with other ones. There's a lot of empty chairs this year, a lot of empty chairs. We can't even celebrate with the ones that we normally celebrate with unless you made those plans and are sticking to that. Some people are, and a lot of people are just staying home. This is a year when I don't get to see my family for Thanksgiving nor for Christmas because of the risk of COVID. So there's 4 things I want to share with you tonight to help you through this Thanksgiving without the one you loved, with that empty chair. The first one is just have some compassion for yourself. This is not the normal Thanksgiving. This is not a normal year. So to expect everything to be normal, it's just not going to happen. So have some compassion for yourself. Have some compassion for the fact that this is hard. Have some compassion for the people who it's hard for them too. It's just not what we'd like it to be. And in that compassion, practice some self-care, practice some self-love. Those two things have helped me hugely in my own healing journey. Don't demand the perfect turkey. Don't demand the perfect pie crust. Don't demand the perfect decorations. Don't demand it to all be just flawless. Just be. Enjoy whatever comes this holiday season. And for Thanksgiving, do what you do, but just let go of the expectations that it's got to be any certain way. Cut yourself some slack. The second, and this is both proven in brain science and something that I've learned to live in my own life, and maybe you have too. So hopefully this is just a reminder, but fill your brain with some positives. And to do that, just think about some of those wonderful memories. On this Facebook group, I posted today about what are your mom's wonderful mom memories related to Thanksgiving. Read the thread. There's some wonderful memories of the smells of Thanksgiving, of the banging of the pots and pans, of the pies. And I shared in my Dear Mom e-letter today about the secret pie, the blue plum pie that Mom made and that I make. Cherish those memories. Just remember them. Think about the past. And this goes with anybody that you've loved and lost. Think about what made that holiday special. Think about the person who should be in that chair. What is it about them? What's at least one Thanksgiving memory that you share with them? And then give thanks for that memory. Just say, you know what? I am really, really grateful that I have that memory, that I have that love in my life. And then the fourth thing is let that love transform you into another step in the healing process. Maybe you've already healed of losing your mom. Maybe your loss is more recent. I know I have people in this group who have lost their mom a long time ago like me, and people who just lost their mom last year. This is a community designed to help each other as we cope with those losses. So whenever you've lost your mom, just think about that. Remember something special. So for me, there's two ways I'm doing this I want to share with you tonight, both related to Thanksgiving. The first is, and if you've heard me speak before, you've seen this image. I'm going to switch my camera so I can show you. This is what I call my South Dakota dishes, the wheat plates that my mom had on the farm. My mom served tons of meals on these plates, and I love these plates. They are my good dishes. Oh, right behind me there, you can see my standing flamingos. Huh? Yes, they're there all the time. Those plates served many meals, many Thanksgiving meals. And I cherish that memory of all the hard work. And I know I took it for granted as a kid, and now I get it. It was a lot of hard work. But I cherish those, and I hold this plate. And in the blue plum pie story that I shared in my group today, I show the piece of pie on that plate. That matters. That's part of my tradition. It's part of my family story. This is something that really matters to me. So think about the dishes that your mom used to serve the meals on, and what were those like. And then One of the hardest parts about this Thanksgiving is that we don't get to be around the ones that we would normally be around. A lot of us don't get to do that this year. And that for me is, my daughter and her family. So what I wanted to share with you, something that I am enjoying this year, is the name cards that my granddaughter made years ago that I still use every year. So you can see that they're in the shape of a hand, or kind of like a turkey. And on this one, this is Gumma, aka, and she wrote Deanne. That's the name my mother gave me. And there's a pink flamingo on that, right? So I have the one for Gumma and the one for my husband, who they call Gumpa. So I got Gumma and Gumpa there. And then I have Faith, aka Eighth Fart. She was into Pig Latin in that stage of her life, so I go with just the Faith J. And here's Gavin. And there's Jess. Jess looks a little bit more like a turkey. And there's her dad, Aaron, A.A. Ron. I cherish the silly little, can show them to you that way. I cherish those, and I use them every year. I just keep them. And year after year, I use them because Faith made them. I love them. And the chairs may be empty at my table. They may not be there. But oh my goodness, they are so there in my heart. So, make something like that. Think about each one of those people that you love and can't be around. I think about Faith. And I don't get to be with her this Thanksgiving, but I made some of her favorite gluten-free cookies, and I'm about ready to ship those off to her. And I think about the baking with her and how that became one of my traditions with her, and I cherish that. It is hard to not be around them this holiday season, but I cherish what I can put into my heart. Memories of baking and cooking with Faith. I think Thanksgiving is an amazing time to start new traditions. And maybe this year is a time to start a new tradition. And maybe your tradition is honoring all those empty chairs and honoring those memories with what of those memories do you carry forward. So this Thanksgiving, please have some compassion and self-love and self-care for yourself. This is not a normal year. We all know that. So don't expect everything to be just perfect. So what? Just give it the so what factor. You're alive. You're celebrating with yourself and somebody else, hopefully. It's going to be just me and my husband. You're alive. Celebrate with gratitude that, and then all the memories of people that you've loved and lost, the empty chairs, and that can be so hard. I get that. If it's your first Thanksgiving without your mom, that's especially hard. I understand that. That's why I make things like my mom made. I make the lefse mom made. I make the pies like mom made. That's what I do. And then I give gratitude for all those amazing Thanksgiving dinners with my family. Thanksgiving dinners at mom. Waking up all those mornings watching parades while mom was cooking and baking. And I was kind of just taking all that for granted. This is a really good year to not take things for granted. And maybe that's the ultimate lesson from COVID. Don't take it for granted. Life is pretty special. The love that we have for those who would be in that chair normally that is love. That makes our journey really great. It makes our journey really special. That love is love that heals. So don't deny yourself those memories, even when tears come. Even when you think, my gosh, this is the 30th year without my mom at Thanksgiving. Remember some of those amazing moments with your mom. Enjoy them, soak them up. Just spend some time by yourself with that memory and with your mom. And then give thanks for that memory with your mom. Feel that love. Feel that goodness. Let it just soak into you. Because that's the goodness that you pass on to your kids and your grandkids. That's that legacy of love, that legacy of those core values like gratitude. And then we learn, we remember that we weren't supposed to take it all for granted. We were supposed to be grateful every day. We just forget. We get busy. And maybe that's the real silver lining of COVID, is the chance to be grateful for so many things. For little things, for big things, for wheat plates, for turkey, hand, name cards, for the cookies that I've made that I'm going to ship, for so many moments with my mom, and for you with your mom. Be good to yourself. Let that love just come in and soak up, fill in those spaces, let it come in. And I hope you have a really blessed Thanksgiving.